This is like literally the point where people are like, okay, you know, this isn't working. I haven't enrolled as much as I should. I'm just going to like not promote, right? Like if you've ever felt that, drop a 1 in the comments. Like if you literally just feel like there's months where you're like, okay, well, I'm not enrolling 1,500 customers at this point like I should be, so I'm just going to like stop. No. So I'm going to tell you all just a little bit about just my kind of journey with promoting, and I'm going to like drop in a lot of personal things about my promotions, that the reason why I'm telling you what I'm telling you. So when I'm a second half of the month enroller. I spend the very first beginning, like the first few weeks, just really like getting the potentials, planting the seeds, messaging, posting on my story, you know, going live on Facebook, and really just getting all the names that I need. And then the next half of the month is when I'm like, oh my gosh, my spots are running out. I'm giving away free product. I'm doing this, that, and the other. Like that's when I'm trying to get them in the system. But the beginning of the month, when I was going triple, I don't really remember back when I was promoting to like diamond and double, but going triple, I didn't enroll my first customer until the 15th of the month. It is the 12th. So me going triple diamond, you guys, I was pushing for like the first like real crazy promotion. And I was like, oh my Lanta, I'm freaking out. It's the 15th. I haven't enrolled anything. Like I'm not going to promote, like screw it. And guys, I think just like you, like so many of y'all are like, well, you know, this person probably didn't think that. And she probably just like enrolled 500 customers to go triple. I didn't. You know, I felt like the devil was out to get me. I felt like everything was harder, but guys, it's gonna, you know, you've got to push back towards those things that make you feel like you can't promote. When I was going triple, every customer felt like I was pulling their freaking teeth to get them to enroll. I was frantically freaking out because I wasn't enrolling as much as I should have been at that time. And I know that y'all have felt that. So if you feel me right now, if you're pushing for a promotion and your customers are not flocking to you, like drop a 2. I want you to see how many people feel that and how many people are still going to promote and how many people you're still going to see be announced to team pages, because the 15th of the month when I was going to okay to change, it's okay to get re-comfortable, like it's okay to fix things. So I'm going to go down not in order. This is going to be kind of all.
Here's my phone.
I have this one. So you go and calculate your next volume is supposed to be by going through that. And so say you have your Ruby chart and you have Becky, Ashley, and Sarah. So you're going to go into Tree Viewer and you're going to search Becky's name and you're going to click Show Loyal Customers, and it's going to have a drop-down arrow next to her name. There, it'll say Next Auto Shipment. If there is no auto shipment date, and they could have canceled it. So say you're calculating volume today and someone's auto shipment ran yesterday, but they turned off their auto shipment after it ran, it's not going to say next auto shipment, but they could have already had volume that ran earlier to when you're looking. So always make sure you take your time when doing this, because 30 BV is 30 BV and you don't want to miss out on that. So with that, every day you should be, if you're promoting, you're a leader and you are in charge of what's going on in your E-suite. You are in charge of what's going on in your team. No one is going to do it for you. That is not how you become a leader. That is not how you promote. You do not expect your leader to do it for you. You learn to figure it out and do it on your own. So when you go through downline orders, there's a button under reports that says downline orders, and it shows every order that is placed, whether it's from distributors, whether it's a new distributor enrollment, whether it's a customer going in and placing a new order, whether it's a loyal customer enrollment, whether it's something you ordered. Every order that is on your eSuite will be in downline orders. You can go through there every single night and see which ones are declining, which ones were canceled, which ones were returned. And I go through that still to this day. I mean, since I'm pretty sure it was double diamond, I go through, and if I catch a decline, you know, you can click on that decline and it tells you exactly where it is. So if you think that Becky may be 60 away from 400, but she just had a return order for 90, you've now caught that ahead of time, and it's not going to bite you in the butt on the 25th when you're like, you look through downline orders every single day and you know that, you know, whatever I just explained. So make sure you do that. I hope that people can still hear me. This keeps freezing. I don't know what's going on.
No, her computer's just so slow. Yeah, they can still hear you.
Okay. I hope everyone can still hear me. Okay. So that's that. That's how to keep up with volume. That's how to keep up with like who's canceled, who's returned, who's changed their orders, like all that. And I do that every single day because that's what a leader does. That's how you know and you keep track of everything. Because I'm going to tell you right now, your 400 box isn't going to keep up with that. Your executive's not going to keep up with that. That's your job, because that way you can stay in control to where it doesn't come down to the 25th and you're like, oh crap, man, I can't promote now because I didn't know that was there. You know, because you like took it by the horns and handled it. So the next thing going along with the fact that your team is not going to do it for you, you have got to keep your team updated. Yes, it sucks to be like, hey, like you're only this far from Ruby. Hey, you're only this far from 400. They're not going to look. They don't know how to look. Yeah, that comes with practice, but that's your job to update people and say, hey, like, you're only like 20 from 400. You're only 5 from 500. You're only 200 from, Ruby, whatever. If you keep them updated, they're going to be more excited, and they're going to constantly be asking you, and you need to update them. Because like I always say, if y'all are on my team, I don't care if you know where you're going. I don't care if you know what promotion you're going for. If your team doesn't know, you're going to be pulling a bunch of dead weight, because your team has to know exactly how far away they are and exactly how to get there. Sometimes you're like, hey, like, how's messaging going? And they don't even have a message to send. Or how is following going? And they don't know how to follow. Like, sometimes you just have to, come down from your totem pole and, get off of that, well, my team should be doing this. Well, sometimes they just need direction. Sometimes people just need things to kind of get them going. And when you're promoting, you do whatever it takes, even if you're doing all of the work for people.
I like that.
Yeah, like, there's so many people on your team that, yeah, you want them to know how far away they are, because you're like, hey, like, how far are you? Or you need to be doing this. You need to be messaging. Like, you need to be following. But sometimes they don't want to tell you they don't know how, because that's embarrassing. So you need to be the leader that's going to go through downline orders, that's going to know what's declined, that's going to know they have to update their team on how close they are, how far they are, whatever, and know that it's okay if they don't do it. Because it's, at the end of the day, it is not their promotion, it is yours. At the end of the day, if they're not working, it's your promotion. At the end of the day, if that 400 box decides that they don't want to work anymore, you're just going to pull up your promoting pants, tighten the suspenders, and get it done yourself. Like, stop looking at your team like, oh, well, they're not helping me get to Emerald because they're that Ruby, and I'm just, like, so sick of building them, so I'm just going to miss out on my own promotion because they're not working. Hello. How dumb does that sound? How many of y'all have somebody on your team that's not working? Drop a 3. How many of y'all have someone on your team that you're like, okay, well, they're a Ruby and they're not doing anything, so I'm just going to sit back because, they're not going to help me and I can't do this by myself, so I'm just, like, not going to promote. Yeah, we're probably going to break the Zoom with how many people are dropping 3s. You will never, ever promote with an entire chart working with you. You'll never have more people working on your chart than not working. Ever. I have never had a chart with more working people on it than not. And yeah, you can look at that and say, oh, well, that's kind of discouraging. But look at how much of an impact one working person makes. Look at what, I think about it underneath Courtney Bohr. She started her 2.0 account after she went ambassador, and she had Carly Guerrero join. She's triple. And she did that. And I'm Prez, and I did that. Like, it takes literally 2 working people to change your whole life. One working person to work with you. So stop looking at all the people on your promotion chart that are not working with you, because it doesn't matter. If you want Emerald, go get the dang thing. If you want Diamond, go get the $10,000 bonus. They're not gonna do it for you. If they help you, if they work with you, that is great, because that means that you're closer to your goal and it's less work that you have to do. But if it doesn't, if they are not working with you, who cares? If you want to sit there and, like, come to your leader and be like, well, so-and-so's not working and I'm just, like, so mad about it. I literally sometimes just want to be like, and? Like, you've got to decide how much work you're willing to put in if you want something bad enough, and your team is not going to do it for you ever. Like, you've got to be the leader. Like, I want you to ask yourself, that's the next thing I'm going into. Evaluate what you're doing and tell me honestly, do you think you're working as hard as an Emerald is working? Do you think that you're working as hard as someone that deserves to be in the top 1% of the company as a Diamond leader? Do you think that you could walk up to Mark and say, hey, Mark, write me a $5,000 check? Would you feel guilty? Or would you be like, heck yes, like, I deserve that check, write it for me, like, right now? Like, I know when I went Prez, I was like, Mark, write me above average paycheck. Like, you should feel that confident that you busted your butt so hard for that promotion that you could walk up to Mark and say, you know what, sign it. If you don't, then let's right now evaluate what we're not doing to get to where we want to be. So I want you to ask yourself, your call to action after you get off this Zoom is to message somebody that is the rank that you're going for right now. If you're going for double diamond, message a double diamond and say, hey, can you please give me your daily 6 list that you did every single day to go double diamond? Did you, and like, I'm going Ruby this month, go find somebody, go find your upline and say, hey, what did you do every single day to go Ruby, so that I can make sure that's cute, so that I can make sure I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing to get to Ruby. Because what that's going to do is they're going to send you that list. And some of you are going to be like, okay, great, that's what I'm doing. Like, this is awesome. And some of you are going to get that list and be like, yikes. I'm not doing that. So I want you to do that. But that's where you really need to evaluate what you're doing. Are you posting every day? Because if you're not, how dare you get mad at your team for not doing that every day? If you're not enrolling, but you're mad at your team for not enrolling, how dare you get mad at them for not enrolling because they're not doing what you're not doing? If you're not messaging every single, like when I'm promoting, there is not a single more message that I can send. Like I am blocked to the block, to the block, to the block every single time I'm promoting. Like there is no more blocking that I can do. Because when I'm following, I literally can't follow any more people. I literally cannot message any more people. I can't post any more than I can without losing followers and annoying the hell out of people on my Instagram and Facebook. I can't blow up my story anymore. You should be doing the most. And this is where it separates the top 1% from the people that will never get anywhere in this business, is the people that decide, I don't care what I have to do to get to where I want to go. This is it. Like I know when I decide that I'm pushing for a promotion, it's done. Like I know that I'm gonna do everything that I can to get that promotion. I'm going to message as much as I can, follow as much as I can, be super intentional with my time, and not sit there and scroll, not sit there and say, hey team, like who enrolled today? And like, did y'all get me any volume? Like I didn't care who was enrolling. I didn't care who was working. A lot of you put more emphasis on the people that aren't working instead of showing up for the ones that are. How many of you sit there and look at your chart, and instead of looking at the Becky that's on your chart that's like killing it, that's like over there hustling or like literally so hard, and the only thing that you focus on is the ones that you're literally nagging to get to work all month? You know how much time you're wasting on that? You know how much time and breath and energy and momentum and everything, like your own self, that you're wasting on that person that's never going to show up how you want them to? You know how many people on this Zoom have missed a promotion because they've spent so much time worrying about the people who literally could give two craps about this business? Why? Why do you care? And why are you letting them keep you from where you want to be? So stop basing what you're doing off of what your team is doing. If you look at that chart, you need to start looking at, okay, well, this person's working. This person posted today. This person sent me some screenshots of messages. This person enrolled something. And like the people that are not on your chart working, say, okay, this is where I need to pick up the slack. I have built diamonds for promotions. I have built rubies for promotions. I have built emeralds for promotions. And I have been bitter because I'm like, wow, like, can you PayPal me that check? Like, I did that for you. Like, we all feel it. Like, tell me, drop a 4 if you built someone a promotion. You're like, okay, I literally just earned them such a bad paycheck, and I'm literally so pissed. I know that I'm not the only one. I have built diamonds and done that before. You know, there are people that are not going to work as hard for you, but I want you to think about this. There are people that I have had on my team that I was so pissed off about building them to a 400 box that I literally gave so much of my time to that. And they texted me and said, wow, like, I don't know how this happened. I'm like, of course you didn't, because I did it for you. But they're like, I don't know how this happened, but I literally was able to put gas in my car. Sometimes you just kind of have to shift that mindset and say, okay, you know, maybe they have kids. Maybe that this was that one thing that kept them from, you know, sleeping on someone's couch or whatever it is. Stop worrying about the things that don't matter, because you are a selfless leader and you're going to pour into your team whether they're showing up for you or not, because the ones that are going to show up for you later on are going to make the ones that you showed up for so long who didn't show up for you worth it. Because those people are going to message you and be like, oh my God, like I've been watching you. Like I just watched you promote, when you almost gave the glory to those people that weren't working and missed the promotion and missed out on those people that have been watching you and waiting for you to do what you said you were going to do over and over and over, that you kept missing because you kept putting faith in people that weren't putting the faith in you. So start showing up for those people that show up for you. And if you don't have those people on your team right now, you are relentless. You are fighting. You are pushing to find those people that want this as bad as you. I am no unicorn, you guys. I did not get here a straight shot. It was not a straight shot to the top. It was not, you know, rainbows, unicorns, and butterflies. It was not every single person working with me. I had things working against me. I had people quit. I built dead diamonds. I built dead rubies. I built dead emeralds. I've had people quit. I've been told no 10 times more than you. But my dreams and my goals and where I was going was, there was nothing that was going to stand in between that. Absolutely nothing. And I'm going ambassador, and I know that, and I believe in that, and I know that there are going to be dead legs everywhere. And there are going to be people who don't necessarily understand, and they don't necessarily catch that vision, but I know that I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. And that's how you should be right now. So I need to know who's decided right now that it may be the 12th of the month, but you're done making excuses. I want you to drop me in the comments if you're deciding right now that you don't care what happens. You don't care who quits. You don't care who's not working because you're not going to give them the time of day. You're going to decide right now that this is where you're going. You're going to decide right now, I'm going Emerald, I'm going Diamond, I'm going Ruby, whatever the heck it is. I'm earning my shopping spree. I don't care. But stop letting other people on your team keep you and distract you from where you're going. So this is around the time that, like I said, people start getting to that point of, I'm not going to, I'm not enrolling as much as I should, so I'm just going to, I'm just going to do it next month. I want you to be honest. How many of y'all have done that? I'm just going to do it next month because, like, it's just not coming together how I want it to. I'm just going to, like, next month's the month. Like, I'm pumped. And then that next month comes around and the 12th comes around. You haven't enrolled again. And you're like, I'm just going to do it next month. Next month again. It's all right. It's fine. I did that for 11 months. 11 months until I finally was like, okay, like, I'm going to go double diamond now. Like, it's time because I'm really tired of not seeing my eSuite change. And I'm really tired of looking like a fool shouting it out on my social media every single month that I'm going double diamond and failing because I put so much faith in the fact that I had no one working on my chart. There are so many people that have come back from that chart that were not working. And look where I am, guys. Look at those 11 months that I sat there and was like, holy crap, man. Like, I am just so mad because no one's working. I'm just so mad because everyone's quitting. And I'm just going to sit here and focus on the fact that I'm building all these people to promotions. And I'm just so mad. Like, I was literally such an angry leader. It was toxic. And it was toxic to my own self to the point where I didn't even want to do Zooms for my team because I was tired of showing up for those that weren't showing up for me. I felt that. I'm not special. I'm not somebody who just literally was like, oh, like, I have all these people that are just so amazing and I'm just presidential overnight. No, I had people that quit and I had people who didn't catch that vision, but I was willing to do whatever it took to get to where I wanted to be. And I just want to beat that through your heads because you all, I'm going to tell you right now, I see people on the participants list over here that are on my team that I am like, holy crap, girl, if you just like put your blinders on and got to work and stop letting excuses get in the way and stop letting all these people that don't work on your team keeping you from where you want to be. Like, there's so many things that keep us from where we want to be, but why? It's all just distractions. And a lot of times we use our why as our excuse. A lot of times we say, oh, well, we can't promote because, my kids are just so crazy. And I just have kids. And I don't have kids, but I know that I've seen so many people rise above it. And I've seen people not use their why as an excuse. And I have seen people use their why to not keep them from where they're going. You join this business for your why and do not let that come in between you. Stop saying I have kids. Stop saying I have this. Stop saying I have a job. Stop saying I'm a college student. Great. That's why you joined this. So let's get your situation changed from where it is. You joined for your kids to stay with them. So why are you using it as an excuse as to why you can't get on the Zoom? You joined for them. If you were in college, that's great. You joined because you're literally drowning in college debt. Do you not want to pay that off? I think so. I think you do. That's why you joined. You joined because you're drowning in debt. You joined because you work 4 jobs. You joined because you work 40 hours a week. So why are you saying you can't promote or you can't do this or you can't enroll? That's self-limiting beliefs that we put on ourselves. We say over and over and over and over why we can't do things. So why don't you start saying why you can do things? Why don't you start saying, I can do this? I can do this for my kids because they deserve this, because this is why I'm doing this. I can do this because I don't have time and I want time. Like, I'm just going to tell you from the other side of things, I grew up not having the things that I wanted. I grew up being told no more than I was told yes. I grew up knowing that $20 was a whole lot of money. And I have literally every single time I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so close to this promotion. Like, I can do this. Like, I can buy myself freedom. Like, I can be able to buy the things that I want. I can be able to do the things that I want. And now, guys, I'm here with my best friends. I'm here with Cheyenne, who's on our team, who's a triple diamond now, who literally quit this business and didn't work. And I had to call her back and beg her to work. And here she is. It's a triple diamond. And I'm here with her. And I'm going on vacation next week, like, because I decided that I was not going to sit in the same position that I was and sit there every single month after month after month and say, oh, well, I'm just not going to promote this month because it's just like not the time because like my team's not working. All the things I just got done saying. You want this grand life, but who is willing to get there? I say this all the time. There are 200,000 distributors in this business, maybe give or take now with all the promotions that we've had. How many ambassadors do you think are in this company? Less than 200 ambassador diamonds in this company. Why do you think there's only less than 200? Because only less than 200 people were willing to not give up. Less than 200 people were willing to stop using their why as an excuse. Less than 200 people were willing to know that it takes time, hard work, and effort to get to where they want to be. Who is going to add to the number of ambassadors? Are you going to sit back and month after month after month say, I don't really want to do this, it's too much work. Or I'm going to quit because these people aren't working. Or, I'm just not getting there as fast as I want to. You know how many ambassador diamonds didn't promote to Ruby in their first year? A lot of them. It took Cami Pentecost 6 months to enroll her first distributor. One of the newest ambassadors didn't go Ruby for 8 months, you guys. So stop putting a timeline on your goal. Stop saying, I didn't promote this fast. Well, you have the same 30 days in every single month that I do. You have the same 30 days that Courtney Bohr did. You have the same everything that every single person did. But the difference between me and you is because I wasn't willing to say, next month. I wasn't willing to say, maybe when I get another runner on my team. Go find them and be the runner for everyone else on your team if you don't have any. Like, heck, you think I had these people? Like, literally, guys, I went double diamond with like 2 people that even enrolled anything because I wanted to go double diamond. And that was the month that I had enrolled over 19 customers ever until I went double diamond and I enrolled 80 customers and 69 of them were over 80 BV. Because I decided, why do you think you can't mass enroll to make this promotion happen? You want to know why? Because you're like, that's too many customers. I've never enrolled that many. Guys, you're having the same conversation over and over and over and over and over. Like at all those 80 customers I enrolled was the same conversation. I just had more of them. It is success in numbers. If you are not willing to message more than 10 people a day, I don't know what to tell you. I have people on my team that I'm like, hey, like you haven't sent me very many screenshots. And they're like, well, I'm not getting many replies. How many did you send out? Oh, like 15. Guys, how many emails do you think Victoria's Secret sends out every single day? How many emails do you think that you get when, like, I went to go add something in my cart to Kendra Scott, and I've got 9 text messages from them since 2 days ago, and I bought the freaking necklace, okay? So be that person. Be that person that's willing to follow up. Be that person that's willing to message as many people as it takes. Because, guys, if you message 100 people a day like we do, like our team, we have a leadership chat, you message 100 people every single day. If I'm messaging that many people every single day, I know that they're not going to respond to me right away, but look how many seeds I'm planting. I turned my account to a business profile, and because I just tried it out to see, and it tells you how many interactions you get on your profile, my profile was seen over 5,000 times from people that I have messaged. And don't say, it's because you have more followers. It's because of this. No, it's because I'm putting in more work than you. And you've got to be able to say that. You've got to be able to say, I am putting in the work that I need to promote. And so right now is the point in the month that you've got to decide right now that this is what you want. You're going to promote. You are going to do whatever it takes to make this happen. You're going to know that you are doing what it takes to be a diamond leader, that you are doing what it takes to be a ruby leader, because you are showing up. You are leading. You are doing all the things I've talked to you about since the beginning of this Zoom, and that you're dividing your volume. So this is the biggest thing that's helped me when it's come to promotions is I have never been close to a promotion. I was over 20,000 away when I went triple. I was over 20,000 away when I went prez. But that's not just me, guys. There is something so powerful when it comes to you locking arms with people, whether it is one person or whether it is all the people on your team, to get it done. It is insane what it takes when you lock arms with just a few people that are working on your team. If you take the amount of volume that you are away and divide it by the amount of days left in the month, you know exactly how much volume you need to meet every single day. If you don't meet that number for that day, it doesn't mean you're not promoting, because there are days I pull in like 500 more than the day I did before, or 500 less. It's just a matter of what's happening on your team, but that's how you start. If you have 2,000 that you need for the rest of the month, you divide it by every single day, and okay, I need this many triple threats between me and the people on my team. You put all your working, your promoting legs, all of your key players is what I call them. I put them in a chat and say, hey, y'all are my key players. Like, we're doing this together. Like, let's do a boom chat. Do a boom chat with everyone that's working and say, we need this much volume every single day between all of us. That's 200 for you, 200 for you, 200 for you. So take you and your team and get 2 triple threats, and it's done, and we've done it together. When you give the power to someone else on your team and the power to another leader on your team, and know that you need them, and you're showing up, Now, don't get it twisted, sis. You can't just sit back and be like, okay, like, go do it. Like, let's go. If they see you pushing, they see you up late on WorkZoom, and they see you enrolling, and they see you posting, and they see you preaching and doing all this stuff and leading your team and saying, hey, you're this close, you're this close. When they see you in the game, their head's going to be in the game. But if they see you pull back and they see you say, like, okay, like, let's do this, and you're doing all talk and no action, it gets caught on really quickly and the momentum dies. And I don't know if y'all feel it right now, but this momentum is insane. And I'm not gonna listen to it when it gets down to like November and December and we're all over here planting our seeds and you're like, well, like my volume's like down. Well, did you take advantage of the momentum season, like the good part of our business? Like you're in planting season, sis. You're in a whole different ball game now. Like, did you take advantage of it when I told you to? Because I'm telling you all right now at 8:33 p.m. on May 12th, like I told you to take up on it and you're sleeping on it. So you are set up for a promotion. I'm about to break it all down for you. You better have your chart right here in front of you at all times. If you go to Walmart, it's in your purse. If you go shopping, it's in your purse, because if your team texts you and says, hey, I need to move it here, you're going to say right here. You're going to send them ID and you're going to have it ready. You're going to have your exact number every single night updated of how far you are and how far each box is, because it's your promotion. It is nobody else. You do not say, okay, well, move it wherever you need, because if they move it wrong, you screwed yourself, right? So you need to know, and you need to have your ducks in a row. So you have your chart out. You have your daily 6 list that you're doing every single day, and you're doing it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times every single day. I don't care if it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you're like, okay, did my 6 list. Do it again. Because that's what diamond leaders do. That's what double leaders do. That's what you do to get to that next level. You don't just get by doing it easy way. Because how big do you want your check to be? Do you want it to be below average? Do you want it to be thousands less? Do you want it to be hundreds less? No, you want it to be hundreds more. You want all the fast start bonuses. You want to be doing the most, because you're never going to lose for doing more. You're never going to, ever. Like, no one ever gets punished for doing more. You're only going to get more results. So stop being lazy. Okay? So you got your chart out. You know exactly how far away you are. You are updating your team every single day. You're texting them, hey, this is how close you are. Like, it's only this many triple threats. Like, I'm so excited for you. Keep it excited. Be like a middle school cheerleader and be like, oh my God, you're amazing. Like, let's do this. Like, I'm so scared too, but we doing it, okay? So it's going to get stressful and it's going to be scary. But if you're doing it with everyone and you're updating them and you're being excited and you're doing the work and you're enrolling, guys, I have seen some crazy stuff happen when you decide that you're doing something and your team decides that they're doing it with you. Don't even get me started. I mean, I could go over numbers with you all day long of people that I have seen pull in ridiculous amounts of volume. And I know already that some of y'all are like, yeah, they're just unicorns. No, they're not. Because you probably think I'm a unicorn. And no, she's not. No, she's not.
No, not at
People are normal. It's just the people who are going to do whatever it takes to get to where they want to go. So if you're going through downline orders, like I said, you're going through TreeViewer, making sure nothing's changed since the last time you updated it. You're keeping your team updated. You're keeping your mind strong. That's the biggest thing, is your mind will keep you from anything that you want to do. So it may come down to the 12th right now. And before this, you're like, dang, I'm really glad I got on the Zoom and stopped being lazy. Because there are so many times where you're like, okay, well, dang, I've like not had the day that I wanted. You know, I haven't had the customer enrollments that I wanted. Like, it's really setting me back. Get rid of it. Push it out. Get rid of it, because that's the devil trying to tell you that you can't do it. Stay focused. Stay on your grind. Sit there and message more people. If you didn't get the results that you wanted, stay focused, because there is always another day. That's why we have 30, 31 days in every single month. You're going to have bad days, but you're going to have really good ones too. And yeah, you can sit there and be like, okay, like this sucks. Like, I haven't had a really good day. Be solution minded. Figure out what you need to do to fix that. Why didn't you have a good day? Did you not message as many people? Were you not intentional with your time? Maybe you didn't do good personal development, so you started your day out pretty crappy. Maybe you slept in and got up at 10 a.m. and half your day was gone. Evaluate what the problem was and find a solution. Stop being pity me. Stop texting your leader and saying, oh, well, today was bad and I just don't think this promotion's going to happen because I'm not enrolling as much as I want.
I literally can't stand that.
I can't stand it either, because I just want to ignore the text message.
I just slap them.
Yeah, like, you just got to figure it out. You have to be solution minded, because you can't sit there and say, pity me, pity this is crap, this is great, because what results is that going to produce? Not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I don't have moments like that where I'm like, well, great, this sucks. Yeah, that happens. We're human. but we've got to learn to kind of shift our mind and be solution minded and figure out why it didn't work how we wanted it to. And so stay focused on those workers, make sure that everyone knows their goal, and just really, really focus on those that are working with you, because those are the, if you sit here and say, well, this person's not working, and I've just texted them 12 times and I'm just literally so upset about it because they are a Ruby and I really need their help. If you spend so much time on that, you are wasting so much valuable time and energy on people that do not matter. And I'm going to say this one more time, even though I said it already. Go to the person that is working and say, wow, like, I am so proud of you. Like, I am so excited for this month. Like, it's going to be so amazing. You're producing so much results and it's really paying off. Like, you've really stepped up this month and I'm so excited to do this with you. Pour more positive energy to people and I promise you're going to feel better, because you're acknowledging those people that are working with you and you're pulling things off, because I guarantee you when the month ends, you're not going to think, oh, dang it, this person just went Ruby. What are you going to think? I freaking did it. This person did it. Oh my God, this person promoted. Or you're sitting on Zoom with the people that worked all month long with you and you're like, oh my God, like, you promoted, and you're all crying and freaking out. Not once in that moment are you going to think about all the people you promoted that were dead legs, are you? No. So stop giving them your time and energy all month, because it's not worth it. Give it to the people that deserve it, because you're never going to have people on your chart that are all working, ever. So how many days do we have left in this month? It's the 12th, like 17, not something like that. You've got lots of time. That's what that means. I'm not even going to find the day because I'm not going to waste my time on that. You have lots of time. And if you haven't decided you're promoting right now, decide right now, because I want to tell you one more thing. If you come up short from your promotions, I came up short for ambassador. Y'all all watched me shout it out. I knew it was going to happen and it didn't. But I was still so proud of what my team did, and I was still so proud of all of us coming together, because it may have not happened, but imagine if I would have given up because I realized it wasn't going to happen months before that, or days before, or weeks before the month end. I wouldn't have had that spirit and that excitement and push for all the promotions that still happen even though they weren't mine. Because that's where becoming a selfless leader is coming. You sit there and you say, okay, well, mine's not going to happen. Who can I get to their next goal? And you post in your team page, post in your chat, whatever it is, and say, hey, like, who's getting close to your promotion? Cheer those people on, pour into them, help them get to their promotions, because the closer you get every single month, like, think about it. I didn't just go presidential in October. I went presidential because all the work I did months and months and months and years and years and years before that, every day that I pushed and I enrolled and I helped people promote, it got me to Presidential Diamond in October of 2018. It wasn't just that month. It wasn't just those 30 days. And so I want to end with one thing. We promote 8 times in your entire business. Okay? If you've zoned out, I want you to get off your phone and pay attention and think about this for a second. 8 times. If you can't take 8 months out of the entire time you're in this business to not go out, to not focus on your team, to not pull your head out from your rear, to not do whatever it takes to promote, to sit there and stay up late and get up early and pour into your team and do whatever it takes to promote, then you're never going to get to where you want to go. If you make excuses, if you take time to do things that aren't important, if you don't stay intentional, if you don't wake up early and if you don't stay up late and get up early and make time for what's important, it will never, ever happen. And that is why there are less than 200 people that decided they were going to go to the top of the company, because there was nothing else that was more important than this. Now, I'm not saying you can't be like so great and you can't have a social life and you can't go out and do these things, but you have 8 months. So if you're in this business 10 years, 8 months of focusing on this business, why? Because if you can't do that, then you don't deserve to be at the top of the company. Yeah, that's harsh. And yeah, sometimes you have to have that talk with yourself. But that's why people are successful in this business, is you decide what is important the month that you are going for a promotion. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to pour into your team? What are your numbers supposed to be like? So everything that I said on this Zoom, I want you to take that, and I want your call to action, your homework after you get off this Zoom, is to find someone that is at the next rank as you, not Presidential Diamond, not 15 ranks past where you are going next, and find what they do every single day and do it. You are 110% capable of doing anything that you set your mind to do if your dreams and goals are bigger. I don't care what your number is right now. I don't care if you're 15,000 away. I was 7,000 away from triple on the 25th. I saw that number, sweat a little bit, threw up a little bit, cried a little bit, and got my promoting pants back on and was like, you know what? I did not come this far to get this far. I did not. Every promotion I've had. I was 700 and something away on the last day going diamond, and I did it. So get your number, get your charts out, make sure your team is on the same page as you, run with your runners, make sure that you're leading and you're doing the most, your numbers are the highest that they've ever been, and that you're working super closely with your upline and keeping them updated on everything. But I am so excited for you. If you are at this point where you're like, you know what, I just don't think this is going to happen, and hopefully after this Zoom you realize that it is. If you still just, you're like, I don't think this is going to happen, you need to go watch some personal development and you need to get your head strong. Go watch some crazy motivational video on YouTube where they like slap you into hello, wake up, whatever it takes. I don't care what you do. I just need to go watch a spiritual 5-minute YouTube video of like someone preaching to me and I'm back on my fish. Like, I'm like, woo, let's go. That's, maybe you need to go watch Ashley Mayfield. Maybe you need to go watch some like quiet person. Maybe you need to go read a devotional. I don't care what it is. Get your mind right and start pouring into your team, because where you are going is literally going to be so much freaking fun, so exciting. And I'm going to tell you one thing. There is not a single thing that I wouldn't do to get the feeling of what it feels like to promote. Going presidential diamond, nothing will ever match that, like in the same way that what it feels like to watch your E-Suite change at the end of the month, and knowing you busted your butt to get to where you wanted to be, that you stayed up late and that you got up early and that you did all these things that I just talked to you about. You're not going to sit there and say, man, like, that was hard. Like, I just wouldn't do that. You would do it 100 times if the second time was harder, and the third time got harder than that, and the fourth time was harder, because when you see that paycheck and you watch your team just so overjoyed with promoting, and you see all your customers get the results, and you see distributors open their paychecks and getting fast starts, there's nothing better. And I promise you that. So get your blinders on, get your number out, get ready to go, and let's finish off this month strong. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to watch all of your promotions, and I will have this up on YouTube soon. Good night, y'all.